Folks, I'll tell you what, I don't think a presidential debate in history has ever caused as big of an explosion as the one between Biden and Trump. It sent everything into total chaos, with mainstream media sources saying that Joe Biden should drop out, that he was too old, that he should just hang it up and retire. It's time for him to move on and Democrats to get a new candidate. And a lot of Democrats were saying the same thing. Then you had a lot of people on the left also trying to point out, hey, before you all start knee-jerk reacting to this, let's point out all the lies that Donald Trump told, and let's focus on some of the unhinged things that he said during the debate. And then I saw people saying things along the lines of, well, maybe we just need 2 new options, man. Just give us 2 new ones. Or maybe we need a 3rd option. Throw somebody else in there. Maybe we should have started listening to that RFk Jr. guy more. Maybe we should dig into him a little bit more. Okay. Well, if you're entertaining that idea, I got some news for you. Joe Biden is defending the fact that he had a bad debate performance. That's what he's having to talk about. Donald Trump is defending the fact that he wants to be king now, that's got full immunity and can do any damn thing he wants to do and justify it. And RFk Jr. is out there trying to defend a picture of him eating a dead dog. So here's your 3rd option.
This Vanity Fair story, I want to give you an opportunity to address it, that has a picture of you holding up what looks like a carcass of a dog and pretending to take a bite out of it. It's getting a lot of attention. So I want to ask you if you want to explain that photo. Is that a cheap fake? Is that a real photo? What was going on there?
Now, that is a real photo. It's of me at a campfire in Patagonia on the Futalefu River eating a goat, which is what we eat down there. Vanity Fair said that they talked to veterinarians who assured them that it was a dog, that they had meta-analysis that showed that it was in Korea and that it was in Korea of me eating a dog, and that statement is emblematic of the entire article, of the lack of sort of journalistic standards throughout that article.
Okay. I'm glad we gave you the opportunity to address that. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Okay, my apologies. It was not a dead dog. It was a dead goat. But I played that clip to show you just how ridiculous it would be at this point in the game to start entertaining a 3rd option. And if that's going to be your 3rd option, if it's going to be RFk Jr., then we could dive right back down into that rabbit hole and talk about all the crazy batshit conspiracy theories that guy has spread around, thinking a worm ate his brain and all the crazy crap he said. If he's your 3rd option, you're completely throwing your vote away. So the idea of entertaining that's ridiculous, because if we really started talking more about RFk Jr., and to be honest with you, I don't want to waste my time on him, but if we did talk more about it, I really don't think he's going to appeal to a whole lot of moderates and independents. The Democratic Party and his own family has already written him completely off. He might appeal to some Trump supporters when they got in there and studied some of the crazy conspiracy theories he believes in. They might actually lean into him a little bit more the farther they get in the weeds with him. But that's how ridiculous it would be at this point in the game to shift over and have a 3rd idea, because that 3rd idea is going to have a whole lot that they're going to have to answer for too. You know, it's not as easy as people thinks it is to just go, oh, let's just switch horses now. Let's all just pick a new one and throw that out there. That would put the country in total chaos. It would put the Democratic Party in total chaos. And at the end of the day, I really believe that that's what they're wanting to accomplish here. That's what Trump is trying to accomplish. That's what MAGA is trying to accomplish. And the mainstream media is not helping at all when they sit and focus on Joe Biden's debate performance, and they don't call Donald Trump out for his lies and for the unhinged things that he said, and for the Supreme Court now giving him immunity for official acts. Folks, I know I'm going to sound repetitive over the next couple of weeks leading up to the election. I know I am, but we got to keep driving these points home. Donald Trump just needed him to say the word immunity. That's all he needed for him to run back to his flock and tell him that he's got it. And as far as official acts and unofficial acts goes, he will be the one deciding that if he's reelected. He'll be the one saying, well, that was official, and this thing that Joe Biden did was unofficial. He will be a king, he will be a dictator, and he will rule over us. And American democracy will be dead and gone. That's why at this point in the game, to start entertaining, well, maybe there's a 3rd option, folks. I'm sorry, but that's just not the way it is. And I stumbled across this clip of Piers Morgan talking with another influencer, and he was trying to paint the picture that it was actually our fault because we elected Hillary Clinton, and if we'd have elected a more popular candidate, then none of this would have happened. He tried to blame it on us. Take a look at this.
are being made in the Supreme Court.
You know why that's happening?
And whether or not Biden has a bad.
You know why it's happening? Because Trump was able to put 3 judges on the court in one term. You know why that was? Because you put up a terrible candidate, Hillary Clinton. It was incredibly polarizing, very arrogant, very superior, and she got flatlined by Trump when no one saw it coming on the Democrat side.
And
secondly,
lost one.
some of your Democrat judges who should have known better decided they weren't going to resign. They weren't going to retire. And because of that, Trump was able to pack that court. So I'm afraid you reap what you sow. Just very bad politics by the Democrats.
Okay, to anyone out there who wants to blame the Democratic establishment and say, if you guys hadn't have elected Hillary, none of this would have happened, I want you to answer one question for me. Had Hillary Clinton became president of the United States, would the Supreme Court be stacked 6-3 conservative versus liberal right now? Would that have happened? Would Roe versus Wade have been overturned? Ask that question. Would a president now have full immunity? Answer that question. Think about it long and hard. It's easy to sit and blame it on the establishment and say they did this. But the truth of the matter is, Hillary Clinton was right about everything. Hillary Clinton is the absolute all-time queen of I told you so. We have had to sit and hear her words echo in our head over and over and over again. And folks, I know that what I'm going to say is very matter of fact, and I'm sure Piers Morgan wouldn't like this answer either. But sometimes, Piers, things just are the way they are. That's just the system. That's just what we have. At this particular moment in time, this is where we're at. And maybe in time we can change. Maybe in time we can have younger candidates. Maybe in time we can have 3 options. Maybe in time we can have 5 different options. Who knows what the future holds? But right now, where we stand at this particular point, we have Joe Biden as the President of the United States with a good record, who's rolled up his sleeves, went to work for this country. We have him versus a guy who wants to be king, who has used the phrases dictator on day one, who has used the phrases terminate the Constitution. This isn't me creating a Democratic hoax. This is me repeating to you what he himself has said. And now he's going to be coming back thinking, I've got full immunity. I can do anything I want. I can walk all over top of anyone I want to walk on. And I can lock up anyone I want to walk on. I'm simply trying to point out that, yeah, in a perfect world, 2 new options, 5 new options, all of them brash and young and full of life, yeah, it would be great. But that's not where we're at right now. And that's where that isn't where we were in 2016. We had Hillary Clinton. And she wasn't my pick either. She wasn't my pick either. But the only thing going through my mind when I went to vote that day was, damn, we can't let Trump stack that Supreme Court. And then, damn, he stacked that Supreme Court. So I'm not going to be having that same conversation again. I'm not going to be sitting here going through this over and over and over again. I'm not. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. And it's not because he's the only option I got. It's because he is a decent human being up against an unhinged maniac. And to hell with the mainstream media for not having the balls to say that. I know you guys just want to keep people coming back, and I realize that Donald Trump is your ultimate WWE villain. He is the ultimate guest on your Jerry Springer show. I get it. But that's not the America the rest of us wants to live in. So why don't you start focusing on the fact that this guy's unhinged, that this guy's a maniac, and this guy lies his ass off, and stop pointing out to us the obvious that Joe Biden is old, because he himself will tell you, yeah, folks, I'm old. I don't move like I used to move. I don't talk like I used to talk. I don't debate as good as I used to, but I know how to do this job. And he's got a team of people around him that's doing a damn good job. So, 3rd option, yeah. Yeah, go ahead with your 3rd option and sit there now and try to defend the guy that was eating a dead dog. Or, my bad, a goat. I mean, where do you go from here, folks? Where do you go? I wished I had a line that I could end on that would have like a real positive effect and everybody go, yay. But I really don't know that there is one. But if you want to entertain a 3rd option, you're going to be defending a guy eating a dead goat. Ridiculous.